Welcome back to another special edition of Taking Stock, where we're diving deep into the world of cutting-edge technologies in the AI landscape with the NYSE Wired community and SiliconANGLE's theCUBE. Today we're speaking to the CEO of BlueVoyant, a company that provides AI-driven internal, external, and supply chain cyber defense.
BlueVoyant provides internal and external cyber defense for companies and governments.
And what would you say sets you apart from your competitors?
We're the only company that I know of that not only defends inside a company's perimeter, which is managed detection and response to cyber threats, but also outside the perimeter. So we actively defend the supply chains of our clients and also their digital presences outside of their perimeters.
Are you able to give some real-life examples?
So right now, our clients and prospects are facing three big challenges. The first is that it's easier to defend inside your perimeter than it is outside because you don't have visibility. The second challenge is that AI has dramatically changed attacker capabilities. So it used to be that if an attacker knew of a new vulnerability in the world, a zero-day vulnerability, they could scan companies one at a time to see if that vulnerability were there. Now with AI, they can scan everybody at the same time. So as a result, mass attacks, whenever there's an externally facing vulnerability, are much more common.
On that point of AI is rapidly expanding, right? It's at the forefront of conversations around the world, especially here on Wall Street. So how do you stay ahead of the bad actors that also have access to the same technologies that we do from a cybersecurity standpoint?
Yeah, so this is one of the core challenges for companies because they need AI in defense to offset the attacker AI capabilities. In supply chain defense, there are hundreds of new vulnerabilities discovered every week. Of those hundreds, only a few are truly serious. The ability to identify the ones that are truly serious and identify them in the companies that have them rapidly at scale is a core defensive capability. BlueVoyant does that.
Who is using BlueVoyant? Talk to me more about your customer base.
We have about 1,000 clients. Most of the clients are larger enterprises. Think of that as anywhere between 5,000 and 100,000 endpoints. Sort of every industry you can think of, most geographies you can think of. We also serve governments. So on the government side, we serve the federal government, state governments, and local governments.
Now you've worked on both sides of the aisle. You have spent time both on the public and private sector. So how important is it to collaborate between the two?
Well, collaboration is very important. And I've for years worked at public-private collaboration in cybersecurity. That being said, the public sector cannot on its own effectively defend the private sector. The private sector is just too big and too diverse. So sharing threat intelligence is very important, and sharing standards, which different governments are sharing in the form typically of regulation, is also important. But at the end of the day, the private sector has to defend itself.
What would you say your key priorities are for the rest of the year?
We need to continue to lead in our product and service capabilities. So pretty much every quarter, we introduce fundamental improvements in what we do.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining me on Taking Stock.
Thank you for your time.